you very much, everybody.
We have additional agreements,
day.
Mr. President.
Yes.
We have the Cambodian trade deal, and we have the critical minerals agreement to sign.
We're going to sign that. We're
More
signing our trade
agreements.
deal. I thought we could forget about this here. They make a very good deal.
This is the Cambodian trade deal,
Good.
Mr. President.
And this is a great deal for both countries. This is very good.
Boleh, boleh. Rasa...
Honorable Ministers, Excellencies, before we proceed, we kindly invite leaders of ASEAN to proceed to the stage for a group photo session. Thank you. We kindly invite the representative of Vietnam to proceed to the stage for a group photo session. Thank you. Excellencies, allow me to count in 3, 2, 1. Excellencies, you're kindly requested to remain on stage for our next event. Honorable ASEAN leaders, excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, we now arrive at one of the key highlights of today's proceedings, which is the handing over of the second protocol to amend the ASEAN Trade in Goods Agreement, ATIGA. This milestone reaffirms ASEAN's commitment to deeper regional integration through openness and shared prosperity. As a key driver of intra-regional trade and supply chain connectivity, ATIGA's enhancement is timely amid today's challenging global trade landscape. And with that, I wish to invite the Honorable Senator Tengku Datuk Sri Utama Zafrul Tengku Abdul Aziz, the Chair of the AFTA Council, together with His Excellency Dr. Kau Kim Horn, Secretary General of ASEAN, to the stage for the handover ceremony and to be witnessed by the ASEAN leaders. May I invite His Excellency the Honorable Senator Tengku Datuk Sri Utama Zafrul Tengku Abdul Aziz, the Chair of AFTA Council, to hand over the second protocol to amend the ASEAN Trade in Goods Agreement, ATIGA, to His Excellency the Secretary General of ASEAN. Thank you very much, Excellencies. You may kindly take your seats. Honorable ASEAN leaders, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, may I invite the Honorable Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, Prime Minister of Malaysia and Chair of ASEAN, to deliver his opening remarks and proceed with the meeting. With that, Datuk Sri, the floor is yours.
Now, thank you, Your Majesty, Excellencies. We begin the plenary session of the summit. But first, on behalf of my colleagues, let me express our deepest condolences to the ASEAN family on the passing of Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother of Thailand. And thank you, special thanks to Prime Minister Anutin Charnvirakul for taking the trouble to come here, having to leave again and come back tonight. I mean, only a young man can do that. And welcome again to Excellency Zanana Gusmao, Prime Minister Timor-Leste, to his full-fledged ASEAN summit today. My pleasure too to welcome guests of the chair to this plenary session. Right Honourable Mark Carney, Prime Minister of Canada. We use a very much English tradition of right honourable. I don't know why not left. Excellency Antonio Costa, President of the European Council. And our dear Madam Kristalina Georgieva, Managing Director of the International Monetary Fund. Now, our privilege this year is based on the theme inclusivity and sustainability. And it comes at a defining moment as we confront regional challenges, geopolitical uncertainty, and growing geoeconomic fragmentation. Now, we have upgraded ASEAN Trade in Goods Agreement, ATIGA, and it is certainly a decisive step forward. The signing of ASEAN-China Free Trade Area 3.0 on 28th October will mark a new chapter in our partnership. Beyond ASEAN Plus One framework, we are accelerating the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, the world's largest free trade pact. We will host the 5th RCEP Leaders Summit tomorrow to give a new momentum to this implementation. May I now request politely the members of the media to adjourn for tea or coffee. Yes. Please, I don't want the coffee to get cold. Terima kasih. Kak Pungka, thank you. Earlier, I made this remark of special thanks to Prime Minister Anutin for taking the trouble. I mean, really, we appreciate this. But I must also say this, that in during my chairmanship, I must give special recognition, thanks to Your Highness, Tunku Sultan of Brunei, for his invaluable advice. All along, from the beginning, I went to seek his advice because no one has that experience of sitting down to all these plenary sessions of ASEAN. I also benefited immensely from Sonakse of Laos because of the previous chair. Laos was very cooperative with us, but more so to Presiden Prabowo, Subianto, and Indonesia, because you've been a great friend, very helpful, very supportive in all our endeavors to conduct the affairs of ASEAN. Now, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as for the tradition, we will first invite the guests of the chair, and we begin with the Prime Minister of Canada.
Thank you very much, Prime Minister, for that introduction, for your hospitality, and for your leadership in this vital forum at this historic time, and your leadership over the years and going forward. Your Royal Highness, Your Excellencies, it is an honor to be here. I chose this summit and this visit to Malaysia as my first trip as Prime Minister to Asia for a reason. And that is, like ASEAN, Canada values sustainability and inclusivity in everything we do. And I felt as I walked in to the summit, as I
We come from diverse locations. We have different appearances. We live in various ways. We love in different manners.
did call both
conflict between and we're so honored to conflict between Cambodia and Thailand. And we're so honored to be involved in that. It's so important to me. Two great countries, but they were going at it. I want to congratulate the two courageous leaders, and that's what they are. They were courageous, who are taking this monumental step. Prime Minister Hun Manet and Prime Minister Newton. I also want to thank Prime Minister Anwar of Malaysia. I called him right at the beginning and I said, you know, you have two countries that are fighting right next to you. We need a third place. We need a sort of a neutral place, right? And he was there, and I said to him, you know, if we get this solved, I'm coming to your country. And I told the truth, didn't I? A lot of times they say that, and that's the last you ever see. But I felt I had an obligation to come because you were so great, and the two men alongside of you are so great. Historic figures now, really historic figures. So I felt it was an obligation I had. I told it to you. That was about a year ago, and all of this has taken place. It's been so beautiful to see. It had started, and there was a lot of killing. And then when we got it stopped very quickly in this case. Some we did in 32 years. It took 32 years to get them stopped. They were fighting for a long time. This was very nasty, but it was stopped very quickly before it started. And the two leaders have great respect for each other. But the Prime Minister played a very important role in helping convene the two sides for discussions here in Kuala Lumpur. Earlier this year, an armed clash broke out along the border of these two countries. Really ancient countries by most standards. They've been a long time, tremendous cultures, resulting in numerous deaths and thousands and thousands of people displaced from their homes. It was starting. Because of America's strong commitment to stability and peace in this region and every region where we can do it, my administration immediately began working to prevent the conflict from escalating. I held phone calls with both leaders. I was actually at Turnberry in Scotland when I did this. And we had a lot of phone calls, the three of us and then the four of us. We had a lot of phone calls. It was a beautiful day. I remember how beautiful it was. Turnberry is a great place, but I said, this is much more important than playing around the golf. So we sat there all day long making phone calls, and it was amazing the way it came together very quickly. I mean, really very quickly. You caused me very good entertainment. I could have had a lot of fun, but this is much more fun for me than anything having to do with almost anything, because you're saving people and saving countries. But ask them to choose the path of prosperity and peace over needless bloodshed and war. At the end of July, after extremely productive discussions, we reached a ceasefire agreement. And now these gentlemen, and they really are gentlemen, high-quality people, both went to college in the United States, and now these gentlemen are about to sign what we're calling the Kuala Lumpur Peace Accords. Good name. Both countries are agreeing to cease all hostilities and work to build good neighborly relationships, which have already started. 18 Cambodian prisoners of war will be released, and under this agreement, observers from ASEAN countries, including Malaysia, will be deployed to make sure that the peace prevails and endures. I have no doubt that it will. We have another situation like that right now in the Middle East, and Gaza. You might have read a little bit about Gaza, and that's another one we're very proud of. But we have a lot of people watching that. A lot of people. I think this is a much different kind of a thing. The two countries are getting along really well. Today, alongside this peace treaty, we also are signing a major trade deal with Cambodia and a very important critical minerals agreement with Thailand. The United States will have a robust commerce and cooperation transactions, lots of them, with both nations as long as they live in peace. And I really feel that when we make deals, we see two countries that we do a lot of business with. We do a lot of business with both of them. We have to use that business to make sure they don't get into wars. But this is going to be a very long peace. So as you know, this is one of 8 wars that my administration has ended in just 8 months. We're averaging one a month. There is only one left, although I heard that Pakistan and Afghanistan have started up, but I'll get that solved very quickly. I know them both, and the Pakistan, the Field Marshal and the Prime Minister are great people, and I have no doubt we're going to get that done quickly. That one started up a few days ago. And I just feel it's something I can do. I do it nicely. I don't need to do it, I guess, but if I can take time and save millions of lives, that's really a great thing. I can't think of anything better to do. But the 8 wars that my administration has ended in just 8 months, there's never been anything like that. Never. There never will be either. I can't think of any president that ever solved one war. I don't think anybody. They start wars, they don't solve them. So nothing like this has been done in history, and it's an honor to be involved. On behalf of the United States, I'm proud to help settle this conflict and really develop good friendships, including people that work with each team. Look at these very distinguished people, except for my people. My people are much less distinguished, but they're very good. But look, my people understand the joke. But look at these very distinguished people, and I've gotten to know them. I want to thank Marco Rubio for being here. He was great. You always help. He's born for this job. He really was. He was born for this job. Secretary of State Jameson, thank you very much for all you did on helping too. He's the foremost expert on trade, and we're going to be doing another couple of stops where we'll be talking about no war, just pure trade. We'll be talking to President Xi in a day. We'll be stopping at Japan. We'll be stopping at South Korea, and we'll be doing some other things, but they're more related to trade. But on behalf of the United States, I'm proud to help settle this conflict and forge a future for the region where proud independent nations can prosper and thrive, safety, security, and peace. It's an amazing thing that's happened to the United States because a year and a half ago, we were a dead country. We were actually a dead country, and now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. And when I called you, we were in the process of becoming hot. It's actually quite a while right now, but we were sort of on our way. And we had won the election big in a massive amount. And so I was respected when I called you, and it was a little bit easier. I think it's easier when you respect somebody than if you don't respect somebody. If you don't respect somebody, it never happens. But I won't forget that day because it was one of the first wars that I got involved in. And I love doing it. It's like, I shouldn't say it's a hobby because it's so much more serious than a hobby, but it's something that I'm good at, and it's something I love to do. The United Nations should be doing this, but they don't do it. They don't do it. They turned off my teleprompter when I made a speech. I had to make a speech without a teleprompter. They're good at that. The escalator wasn't working too well. It came to a complete halt. But, the United Nations has such great potential. I wish they could do it. They didn't get involved with us at all. We just did the deal and reported the deal, and everybody was sort of amazed that we got it done so quickly and so nicely. But now I'd like to ask Prime Minister Anwar to say a few words, and then we'll hear from Prime Minister Hun Manet and Prime Minister Newton. And these are, I just have to say it for a last time, these are incredible men. The way they came together, the way they worked so hard, and we worked long hours. It was not long days because the days were few in number, but the hours were very long and very intense. There was a lot of intensity going on because there was a lot of shooting happening while we were talking. That brings it to a new level. And the three men sitting there should really be credited with having done just an incredible job for humanity. Thank you all very much. It's an honor to have worked with you. Appreciate it. Please.
Thank you, President Donald J. Trump, for giving us this honor. And on behalf, of course, Malaysia and our colleagues in ASEAN, I must thank you for your concern, for your empathy, and for your commitment to support this peace deal. When I first received your call and then urging me to do more in supporting our initiative, and you personally did call both prime ministers to urge for a speedy peace settlement, I would say a great thank you. And we, of course, admire your tenacity, your courage, because the world needs leaders who promote peace strongly. And to achieve that, you have to break some rules, as you did today. When President arrived, he asked me to join him in the car. I said, that's against the security and protocol rules. And he was delighted to break the rules, and I... It was a nice ride. And we share a lot of things in common. I was in prison, but he almost got there. But very good exchanges on a number of issues. Of course, priorities, of course, the peace deal. Thank you, both prime ministers. You did a great job. We are delighted to have you as colleagues, as true friends, and you understand the need to secure peace to save our people, and also the ASEAN position as a region of peace and prosperity. And I must also share with you here that I took the opportunity, full opportunity, without Secretary Rubio knowing this, exploring other issues too, and thank the President for his effort to secure peace in many parts of the world, including Gaza, and urging him to remain focused and ensure that there's a comprehensive peace that the world requires. And I am delighted, truly, President, to hear from you personally how determined you are to ensure that peace is achieved in the most intractable areas, almost impossible. But you did it, and we have shown our support and call on the United States in particular to continue this with the support of many, not only neighbors, but the part of the world. But I must also take this opportunity to thank Secretary Rubio, Jamison, and Ambassador Kagan, because they were very helpful. I mean, you didn't say that, but I must say that, because they were extremely helpful in ensuring that you come here. I mean, I wasn't sure when you said to me, yes, Prime Minister, I know I'm coming. Well, I'm not sure, because, you know, I deal with a lot of politicians. But you are an exception. Thank you, Mr. Donald Trump. Thank you very much again.
President Donald Trump, Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, Prime Minister Anutin Chanvirakul, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Today marks a historic moment, profound significance for Cambodia and Thailand, a day that reaffirms our shared conviction that peace is always possible when nations have the courage and wisdom to pursue it together. On behalf of the Cambodian peoples, I wish to express my deepest gratitude to President Donald J. Trump for his decisive leadership and steadfast commitment to supporting the lasting peace between Cambodia and Thailand, and for his tireless efforts to make it a reality. I also wish to convey my sincere appreciations to Prime Minister Anwar for his unwavering support and facilitation throughout this peace process until successful conclusions. I further extend my appreciations to my ASEAN colleagues, China, and other partners who have been supporting the ceasefire from the beginning. The principles that underpin this joint declaration are those that Cambodia holds dear. that no matter how difficult or complex our dispute may be, they must always be resolved through peaceful means in full conformity with existing treaties and international law. Cambodia reaffirms its strong commitment to fully and faithfully implementing these joint declarations and to continuing to work closely with Thailand and all our partners to ensure that this peace endures and brings tangible benefit to our peoples. We look forward to continued support and contribution of international communities and partners to fruitful realizations of the joint declarations. As we speak, I think our two commanders are discussing on the possibility of start of withdrawal, partial withdrawal of the first phase of our heavy weapons as an indication of our willingness to show that the execution of the joint declarations. At the same time, I strongly hope for the prompt release of our 18 soldiers on humanitarian grounds and as agreed in the joint declarations. Finally, recognizing your unwavering dedications and resolute effort to promote peace, and not only between Cambodia and Thailand, but also among other nations, and reflecting the gratitude of the Cambodian peoples, I have nominated President Donald J. Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize. And he, like I say, peace saved life. And this is the wish of our Cambodian people as appreciations for the President. So thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
President Trump, Prime Minister Anwar, Prime Minister Hun Manet, Excellencies, distinguished colleagues, today marks a new chapter for Thailand and Cambodia. Today we take a concrete step towards peace. I would like to thank Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim for the leadership as ASEAN Chair and your strong efforts in upholding ASEAN unity. And I also wish to express my sincere appreciation to President Donald J. Trump for your personal dedication to peace between our two countries. And in addition, I thanks so much for the kind words of condolences that the President has given to our country on the great loss of our beloved Queen Mother. It means a lot to Thai people. We have come a long way since agreeing to the ceasefire here in Malaysia on 28th of July. The discussions since then have led to this important outcome, which is the signing of our joint declaration today. And I have to thank Prime Minister Hun Manet for his cooperation and support that led us to this moment. Thailand stands for peace. This declaration reflects our will to resolve differences peacefully, in full respect of sovereignty and territorial integrity. This declaration, if fully implemented, will provide the building blocks for a lasting peace. But more importantly, it will begin the process of mending our ties. Our border communities have been divided by conflict, and innocent civilians have suffered immense losses. This declaration places a firm responsibility on our two parties to act. I believe we can achieve what seemed beyond reach a few months ago. To this end, I welcome the agreement that following the signing of this joint declaration today, both sides will begin implementing all the agreed points, in particular, promptly removing heavy weapons from the border areas to ensure the safety of our people, to build confidence and trust And Thailand will also begin the process of releasing the 18 detained Cambodian soldiers. We have a responsibility to act in earnest and in good faith, and that we restore livelihoods and protect the well-being of our communities along our shared border. To achieve real change on the ground, what we agree on here must be implemented. Only then can we truly turn to a new page. Only then can we assure that our people's security and safety. Only then can we achieve real peace. This is what our people expect of us, and this is what they deserve. Peace with dignity. Going forward, I call on our friends to continue supporting this process so that the joint declaration is implemented fully and in good faith, rebuilding stability, trust, and renewed cooperation between Thailand and Cambodia and across our region. I am also pleased that today we announced the joint statement on the framework for a U.S.-Thailand agreement on reciprocal trade, which I hope will facilitate our negotiations on tariffs for conclusion by end of this year. We will also sign the MOU between our governments on cooperation on critical minerals, which will further promote resilient and sustainable supply chains for years to come. Thank you once again. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody.
We have additional agreements, Mr. President.
Yes.
We have the Cambodian trade deal and we have the critical minerals agreement with
forget about this here. They make a very good deal.
This is the Cambodian trade deal, Mr. President.
And this is a great deal for both countries. This is really great.
prosperous ASEAN and America. This reflects our will and commitment to turn cooperation into concrete outcomes with tangible benefits for ASEAN and the United States. Your Majesty, Mr. President, Excellencies, we have just witnessed the signing of the Kuala Lumpur Accords between Cambodia and Thailand. This is undoubtedly an achievement that reflects the strong political will of both countries, leaders and people. Mr. President, ASEAN holds in high regard your vital role in facilitating this agreement. On Gaza, we welcome your comprehensive plan to end the Gaza conflict. It has given the world a glimmer of hope that even in the most intractable conflicts, diplomacy and determination can prevail. And we trust that with your leadership, Mr. President, we'll achieve a just and durable peace. Thank you. And now, Mr. President, I invite you to deliver your opening remarks.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor to be here. So many friends in this room and so many new friends. I want to thank Prime Minister Anwar for hosting us, spectacular man, and for organizing this year's ASEAN Summit here in beautiful Kuala Lumpur. As you know, this has been an incredibly successful day for Malaysia. Great honor to be here. I promised I'd be here when the Prime Minister helped us so beautifully with our peace treaty among two very friendly countries, I think we can say right now. And here I am, and it's really something to see what you've done for the United States and for all nations across this magnificent region. They're all watching and they're seeing what's taking place. Thank you very much. It's a great honor. Today, the Prime Minister and I signed a major trade deal between the United States and Malaysia, and together we took part in the signing of a historic peace agreement ending the hostilities between Cambodia and Thailand. We're calling it the Kuala Lumpur Peace Accords. I once again want to congratulate Prime Minister Hun Manet of Cambodia and Prime Minister Anut of Thailand, who had to return home because of the Queen's passing. This magnificent woman, known all over the world and respected by everybody. But this was a great achievement that she was very proud of. I also want to thank the other ASEAN countries for agreeing to send observers, and in most cases, your heads of state, because I don't see too many observers, I only see heads of state, to help ensure a lasting settlement. Today's signing represents just one of 8 conflicts that we've ended in 8 months of the Trump presidency. I'm very honored to have done it. We saved millions of lives. That also includes the end of the war in Gaza. We've signed a very strong agreement. We have 59 countries involved, and we have numerous of them right here at this table. Like, as an example, Indonesia, my new friend. Thank you very much for helping. We appreciate it. I want to thank Malaysia and Brunei as well as my friend, President Prabowo of Indonesia, for their incredible support of these efforts to secure the new day for the Middle East. It really is a new day. There's never been a period of time like this. The Middle East will have peace after 3,000 years. This is a very strong peace. It's going to be an everlasting peace. It's true. It really is a true pleasure to be back with all of you in Southeast Asia, home of some of America's most important allies and countries and partners. In the entire world, they look up to you. I'm here on a mission of friendship and goodwill, and to deepen our ties of commerce, to strengthen our common security, and to really promote strongly stability, prosperity, and peace for all of the countries in this room and long beyond this room. That's why I'm delighted that In addition to the agreement with Malaysia this week, we're also signing or nearing completion on trade deals with many other Indo-Pacific partners, from Cambodia to Japan to South Korea. We're delighted to forge richer partnerships on energy technology, artificial intelligence, critical minerals, and other industries. The United States is having its golden age. Last year, we were a country that was doing very poorly under a different semi-leadership. I don't even call it a leadership. But this year, we're doing numbers that nobody ever thought it was possible for any country to do. We'll be, at the end of my first year, over $20 trillion worth of investment into the United States. There's no country anywhere that's ever done anything close to that. The United States last year, for the 4 years, it was announced, did less than $1 trillion, and we're going to be doing over 20. That's quite a difference. I'd like to just say the United States is for you. It's committed to a free and open and thriving Indo-Pacific. My message to the nations of Southeast Asia is that the United States is with you 100%, and we intend to be a strong partner and friend for many generations to come. 1 year ago, we were in a different position, but now we're in the best position we've ever been. And I really do. I say it's the golden age of America, the golden age of the United States. Together we'll create incredible prosperity for the nations on both sides of the Pacific Ocean and to seize new opportunities for all of our people. It's really been an amazing experience. I've been here for a day, but it's been an amazing experience to see some of the things that you've done. And the Prime Minister made sure I saw everything, every single thing. When I said, well, that's okay, maybe I'll take it easy for a little while, I said, no, I have other things to show you. We even rode in the car together, and he's something. But America's ties to this region date back to early days of our republic, when fearless Americans voyaged across the Pacific to establish outposts of trade and diplomacy here in Asia. Those bonds forged so long ago continue to strengthen and grow to this day, including here in Kuala Lumpur. I'm looking forward to speaking with many of you today and also at APEC in South Korea later this week, where we're heading. Once again, thank you very much, Mr. Prime Minister, and thank you to everyone in this room. You are spectacular leaders. You are incredible people. Your energy, your genius, your everything you do. And I say it truly, everything you touch turns to gold. And you can be very proud of it. Other parts of the world are not like this. You're very special people, and it's a very, very special place. Thank you very much. It's a great honor to be with you. Thank you.
Thank you, members of the media. We kindly closed session.
Thank you. We'll proceed with our plenary session. And the order of business, as you know, we'll start with the coordinator for ASEAN-United States Dialogue Relations. He will also deliver the common statement, followed by Cambodia's national statement. Excellency Hun Manet, Prime Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Honorable Chair, Honorable President.